Okay, time for another mystery drone update. These UFOs, UAP, whatever they are, I'm leaning more and more toward an anomalous explanation for this stuff. Check this out. We got another shape-shifting orb, something, whatever it is, turning into an aircraft. So let's check that out, and then some other really interesting stuff. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Okay, from Casper's site, let's check this out. We have this orby object here, and it will slowly morph as it goes along. And yeah, really intriguing looking object here. We'll see if there's any audio. No. Yeah, but Casper has some good insights afterwards. Yeah, so there it starts to blink. And that's probably being cut off. But yeah, there's this blinking. Yeah, it starts like that, and then it becomes a blinking object that could be misinterpreted or, intentionally misinterpreted as an airplane. Very similar to that other object that I shared with you the other day. Very, very intriguing. Yeah.
I mean, is that like a glitch? Because it's out of focus when it's trying to zoom in and the DSLR is trying to work out and it's just putting it into a big ball.
Yeah, you can see how it's developing wing-like structures here, very similar to these drones that we've been seeing.
But now it's focusing because it's getting closer? That's the more logical reason, right? But that, you can't deny, that is the New Jersey drone. But that... I mean, I've seen blur. I've got 4 DSLR cameras, right? DSLR, and I've zoomed in on lights and been out night photography and things like that. I don't see blurs like this. I've got to be honest with you.
Yeah, okay, so that's why I wanted to let that run for Casper's insight there. That's not what a blurred light looks like. So we have that object going from that shape to a very clear, drone-like shape. Yeah, let's see this, perfect, drone kind of shape that we've been seeing. You can see the wing-like structures develop, blinking lights on it, and it becomes this classic drone, this weird-looking drone that we've been seeing in New Jersey and elsewhere. Just really intriguing, right? Okay, but it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there.
State and local law enforcement to deploy assets that can safely take down drones that shouldn't be in the air right now.
Okay, yeah, right? Okay. Very similar object, right?
And Bill and Sandra, when things like this are happening, it seems everyone starts to look up, like my crew and I have been here in Mendham recording this video that you're looking at right now. We have no idea what it is, if it's a natural phenomenon, because it could be, but this is why so many municipalities are now asking people to reach out and send their videos to them or to experts who might be able to sort out what they're seeing in the skies. But I guarantee there are so many people looking up and making those recordings because this mystery is one that needs to be solved.
Yeah, so there you go. Very intriguing. And then we can compare that to, Chris Bledsoe's footage. Check it out.
Ah! Oh my gosh. There's 2 flying up fast.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they just went by that one.
Yeah, look, there they go. They're catching one another. Look at that.
Oh yeah, they're moving. Cool.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, now they're running beside one another, look.
Uh-huh. Look, there's 2.
So can those blobby orbs, these, interesting, phantasmal, otherworldly, other dimensional, whatever they are, plasma orbs transform into what looks like drones. Is that what's going on? Is that what we're dealing with? The phenomenon. It's crazy stuff, guys. It's crazy stuff. And of course, we have footage like this, or at least this footage of this interesting object here that may have landed or crashed in the middle of a road. You know, what is this thing? It looks very man-made. Was this a ball of light a few minutes ago? It doesn't look like it because there are, I mean, you can see the lettering on the side of this thing. Look at that. It's got, I mean, that looks extremely man-made. You know, they say it's not a hobbyist drone. So is this a government drone of some sort? You know, it's weird, but here is an interesting point by Josh McDowell. Here's how I think the drones over New Jersey is going to end. Pentagon official. We've solved the mystery and its mundane explanation. Here is one we took down. They show something unrelated like a weather balloon or a commercial drone. Yeah, getting back to that thing, you know. So, you know, could stuff like this be misdirection? Or is this one of the drones that have been sent out against the more anomalous objects, right? Because, I mean, I'm sure we have our own stuff up there, right? Probably quite a bit of it. Yeah, Anna Polina Luna says it's incredibly messed up. The Pentagon is not being straightforward with the American people. Is a Congressman JVD, who was that? Jeff Van Drew, is informing very concerned citizens about the drones. To be clear, I do not think these are UAPs. Oh, actually, she says, I do not think these are not UAPs. So I don't know if that's a typo or if she's trying to say these are UAPs. Either way, these games end when Trump is sworn into office and these drones will be shot down. Yeah, because that's what Trump is saying, right? Trump is saying mystery drone sightings all over the country. Can this really be happening without our government's knowledge? I don't think so. Let the public know now. Otherwise, shoot them down. Yeah, I mean, you know, I guess that's one approach. Of course, if these are peaceful beings on a message of enlightenment, you know, maybe we shouldn't be shooting them down. I don't know. Ross Coulthart is not as convinced that the government knows anything.
Firstly, good evening, Chris. Look, I have to say I vehemently disagree with any assertion that either the FBI or the Defense Department have any idea, any clear idea, what this phenomenon is over the east coast of the United States. I'm talking to people in the FBI who are utterly baffled by this phenomenon. They tell me they do not know what these objects are. They're not getting answers. I'm told, for example, that these objects are the size of an SUV, a large SUV. So the argument from the congressman that these objects are too small to detect is not correct at all. I'm told that there have been attempts to interdict these objects and that there have been the deployment of anti-drone technology. I've just received information in the last few minutes about the PSEG nuclear site at Salem, which is the Hope Creek Generating Station on a 740-acre site in Salem County, New Jersey. And a person who is privileged enough to have access to the internal messaging about that nuclear station has told me that they tried to deploy an anti-drone technology over multiple drones that were seen over the nuclear site, and that anti-drone technology, which normally works on all drones, completely failed. Moreover, these objects, whatever they are being seen not just on the East Coast, they are being seen all over the world. I'm getting reports from here in Australia, from Japan, Indonesia, China, Russia, Europe.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Okay, yeah, all right, there you go. They're all over the world, guys. They're all over the world. And there was a really good piece here showing us some additional information about these things.
Pay it much credence. I thought it would turn out to be a bunch of pranksters and this would all be over by now. The experience I had last night, however, changed the way I feel about this story completely. What I saw was more sophisticated than I ever imagined. Take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 lights, 6 lights. I didn't believe what I was seeing, but what was I seeing? We're here in central Jersey. We've been looking for the past hour. I think we've seen about 40 or 50 of these drones. In fact, there's one over my shoulder right there. One after another, these drones appeared in the night sky. If you look real close, they look like fixed-wing aircraft, about 8 to 10 feet wide, colorful, white blinking lights.
That is not a plane.
Definitely not an airplane, but what was it? Hours earlier, I was invited to join the Ocean County Sheriff Department. They launched their own drones to see if they could intercept the mysterious aircraft New Jersey residents have been reporting in recent weeks. The department says these mystery drones evade detection because they don't give off heat like regular drones. Why do you think that is?
We don't know. It's just something that we haven't, it's not something that we've had our hands on. It's not something that we've experienced.
Yeah, okay, so, why don't they give off heat, guys? Why don't they give off heat? Apparently normal drones do give off heat, but these do not. So is it because they are powered by a fuel source that does not give off heat? Or is there some sort of shield around it that our sensors can't penetrate to recognize the heat that is given off? I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Well, there you go. We have objects that may be changing shape from orbs. They don't give off heat. They can elude our own ships. This gentleman, this reporter was seeing 40 of them in the sky at over one evening. How does that make any sense with spy drones or any other mundane explanation? It's so crazy, guys. I really, this is super high-tech weirdness that might be best explained with an NHI explanation, honestly. Either that or the control group with some fancy technology doing something for some weird reason. Is it, because there are actually actual NHI and they are, engaged with them, driving them off or something else like that? Is it one faction of the control group against another faction? Is it, because of the incoming presidency? This gentleman right here makes an interesting point. Where did that go? Let's see. No, it wasn't that one. Was it this one?
And the timing and the location of all of this sure seems interesting, even if perhaps a bit conspiratorial to talk about. The drone invasion started right after Donald Trump was elected president. They've been spotted in many parts of New Jersey over military installations and also directly over the summer home of President Trump.
Yeah, interesting, right? I mean, the timing of it is weird. Obviously, this stuff has been going on for a while. The Colorado drone thing was in 2020, but, this pattern of UFO activity over military installations has been going on for decades and decades. So if this is all part of that, then obviously this has been going on for a long time. But them impersonating drones like this has only, if that's what's going on, only really been going on since Colorado 2020. I think Chris Mellon was pushing that back to 2017 or something similar to that in 2017. But yeah, really, really interesting stuff, guys. I don't know what to make of it. Is this the phenomenon impersonating drones, as it appears from those two videos I've shown you of orbs transforming into what looks like drones? If that footage is legit, that seems to be what that suggests. But I would love to get your take on this, guys. Is this the phenomenon trying to provide its own version of catastrophic disclosure, right? Or some sort of soft catastrophic disclosure, right? Which sounds like sounds like an oxymoron, but they are not flying giant motherships over cities during daylight, which would be the hard version of catastrophic disclosure, as provided by the phenomenon. So this is, getting our attention with some anomalous features that definitely make us raise an eyebrow, but don't actually, just say, hey, we're here, definitively. It makes us ask questions. So is that what's going on? Is it designed to get our attention and to ask these questions and to demand answers? Is it something else? Is it the phenomenon trying to prevent World War III? Is that a possibility? Could this all be Project Bluebeam? A lot of people think this is Project Bluebeam. Well, I don't think so. I think that if it was Project Bluebeam, they would be more obviously anomalous. They would look like UFOs. It would be designed to instill fear, and they would be obviously UFO-like, craft. So, it's always you can never discount Bluebeam, but I don't think that's a good explanation for this. Could it be, the powers that be within our government, on the hunt for terrorists and stuff like that because there's, a possible threat? Well, I don't buy that explanation either. As Ross Coulthart says, this is a global thing that's going on, and that just doesn't quite pass the smell test or the sniff test, as my mom liked to say. I'm not buying that explanation, although I guess it's a possibility. It's in my mind, it's either the control group or some faction of the control group doing something either against the phenomenon or as a psyop for some reason, or against other factions of the control group, or else it's the phenomenon. Either way, this is seeming more and more anomalous. I don't know why the control group would pursue a Coast Guard boat with a dozen to 30 objects. I don't know how that makes any sense. I don't know why they would send orbs that shapeshift into drones if that's what's going on. That definitely seems more NHI-ish, right? This is all so weird, guys. I love it, but it's so frustrating. Is it building to something, or is it all just gonna fizzle away? Like all UFO flaps pretty much have done in the past. Now I say pretty much because obviously there's hot spots that are continuing, to today, like Skinwalker Ranch and various other places that never quite go away. But those, that's hot spots is probably different from a flap. All other actual flaps have gone away. Will this one go away, or is it building to some climax? I don't know, guys. I don't know whether to get in my bunker or get some popcorn. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, thumbs up, smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. Love to see you guys there. If you want to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt. Or you can become a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.